Welcome to Migoyugo. Today it is puzzle day, and I now have 78 puzzles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the puzzles feature, and there's all 78 of them, but I'm going to start with the easy puzzles. And in this video, I am going to select the first 5 puzzles, and I'm going to do a series where every day I do 5 puzzles, and I'm going to see if I can get through all 5 without making an error. So we're starting with 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So let's go to number 21. This is a black to move. I go in 3, and it is easy. So let's imagine that I was to play on G7. These two Migos disappear. I don't think that's it. What if I was to play instead on... No. What if I was to play instead on F6? Then I have a U. Yeah, no, maybe. Okay. If I play on F6, then white... Oh, okay. So, yeah, if I play on F6, I create a Yugo, white has to block. The Migo on E5 disappears. I jump in with my own Yugo, C5 disappears, and I get a DPA. So I believe it is F6, then E5, and then it's a DPA, so it's going to have to block on C5 or G5. There we go. That was the first one. So here it's just counting number 1 of 36. So here we go. This is the second easy. We have white to move, I go in 3. White to move, I go in 3. If I was to create a Yugo here on G5, this Migo disappears. Black has to block. So I have a Yugo here. Does that help me? What if I create a Yugo down here? This is supposed to be easy. What if I create a Yugo up here? Then black blocks. What if I create a Yugo down here? Um, if I create a Yugo on E3, then E4 disappears. Black has to block. Yeah, okay, so this is going to end up in a DPA as well. Okay, so if I'm playing it E3, then E4 disappears. Black has to block, and black creates a Yugo, and these two Migos disappear on C4 and D4, which gives me the ability to create a Yugo on C4, giving me a DPA. So here we go. Then that's what I said, and then it's going to choose. Okay, so it chooses F7, and I get B3. Okay, 2 for 2. This is white to move. I go in 3, easy. So as you'll notice, I'm looking very often for a Yugo. Oh, okay, well, this is very easy because I was going to say normally I would look for a Yugo on the first move. So for example, I might look for G3 and then talk my way through this. But in this case, I have to block. If I play anywhere other than E6, I'm going to lose instantly. So that has to be the move. So I create a Yugo on E6. I block. So I have a Yugo on E6. Black then creates a Yugo. I create a Yugo on E6. C6 disappears. Black creates a Yugo. Okay. Black creates a Yugo. Um, huh, I can't figure this one out. I mean, I know I have to do this. White plays E6. Black plays C6. So what have I got here now? I've got these 3 Yugos, but I can't go anywhere. I could create a Yugo down here. What about up here? If I create a Yugo up here, oh, okay. Okay, so I have a Yugo on E6, black blocks, because C6 disappears, black blocks. Now I have a Yugo on E6. Then I'm going to play E7, which is going to create three Yugos. The Migo on G5 disappears, and the Migo on E5 disappears. And now I'm going to have three Yugos here and three Yugos here, and he's got to block one or the other. So the move is E6. So here we go. E6, black blocks. I play on E7. Black has to choose one of these two to block. It chooses E5, and I win on G5. 3 for 3. Let's keep going. White to move, I go in 3. So if you're saying to yourself, these are all easy. Well, yeah, they are all easy. I'm starting with the easy ones. Give me a break. Okay, what do I do here? I can create a Yugo here. So anyway, as I was saying at the start of the last one, generally I look for a Yugo. That's kind of the starting point because very often that is the best move that you can find. You create a Yugo, you force black to block you, and you proceed from there. At least with the easy ones, that's very often going to be the outcome. But when you get into the medium and the hard, especially the expert ones, that's not always the case. So if I create a Yugo here, okay. So if I create a Yugo here on B2, but oh, okay. I was going to say black has to block, but black can't because that's a pie line. But I didn't look until just this moment. Again, I have to block black. If I don't play on C4, black wins instantly. So I create a Yugo on C4, then black has to block on D4, and then I do B2, I think, and black can't prevent it. Seems to be. Let's try it. So black blocks here. Now I'm going to play on, so I had to stop that first. Then I play on B2. This Migo disappears. Black can't stop it because black can't create a line longer than 4. That's a pi line. And that is the answer. So black played up here on A8. That's what black will do very often when black knows or your opponent knows you're going to win on the next move and it cannot play in the position it needs to block you. And it basically just chooses a random move because any move is going to lose. So in this case, there we go. All right, 4 for 4. Let's go for a 5 for 5. See if we can finish the day strong. Black to move, I go in 3. So I could create a Yugo here on F3. I could create a Yugo here on B7. I could create a Yugo on F7 or on B3. What makes the most sense? Well, what if I create a Yugo here? If I go F3, then white blocks. These two Migos disappear. Okay, let me think about this. So I create a Yugo, white blocks here. These two Migos disappear. Now I've got, I don't think that's it. No, I'm black. I'm all messed up here. Then oh, that's going to be a DPA. Okay, so let me think about this. If I create a Yugo here, white blocks, then I play on D3, then I'll have 3 Yugos in a row and an open square on either end. So I believe this is going to end in a DPA. So let's try this. F3, then the D5 Migo disappears, white blocks, there's no threat, and then I play on D3 with a DPA. Let's try it. And then I play there, and white chooses to play C3, and I win. There you go. So 5 for 5 on day 1. Yay me. And if you solved them as well, good for you. You can always come to migoyugo.com and you can play the puzzles. There are currently 78, but I'm going to continue to add more. We have easy, we have medium. Here, I'll just get ourselves out of here, go to the browse tab. So we have easy. There are 36 of those. We have 35 medium. We have 3 hard and 4 expert. We'll get to those eventually. We will get to those, but I just started with the easy ones. And so far, so good. You just find those in the puzzles tab over here. If you want to play against me, come join me on Discord, or you can just go to the players tab. You can see who is signed in, but you do have to create a username and password. It's absolutely free. You can play on your laptop, on your desktop, on your phone, or your iPad, or whatever you want. Just go to migoyugo.com, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2 of our puzzle challenge, currently perfect at 5 for 5. Thanks for watching.